logistical companies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that they know.
Right, and if we gotta make some
We ready?
signs, you know, we need to be on that.
Right.
Yep, it says live. Right there.
All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to our regular December Board of Education meeting. Call meeting to order at 6:30. Can we say the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please, Mr. Smeltzer.
Lee is absent. Anthony,
Here.
Homer,
Here.
Tim,
Here.
Shane, here.
Any items from board members?
I just don't look like Mr. Nick is here. I want to congratulate our 2,000-point shot student athletes. Want to congratulate them on a nice job and a nice accomplishment. Say that, and also it's the end of the year. I know it's not the end of the fiscal year, but I just want to thank all the admin, the teachers, and the staff. Hopefully we put 21 behind us and prepare to soar and take off into 22 and make it a prosperous and great year for us here at NC.
Anyone else?
Hey, Homer, can I say something? By any chance?
Yes, sir.
I would like to commend our two board members that are going to be leaving, and we're going to have two new coming in. I would like to speak a little bit about each one. Lee can't be here tonight, though she is, I believe, listening. So Lee Boothman has provided balance and stability to our North Central Local Board of Education over the past 12 and a half years of service. So she's got 12 and a half years. Lee is a home loan originator specialist with Farmers and Merchant State Bank. She's constantly serving those who are purchasing, building, or refinancing, something which has been valuable skills for our Board of Education. She's been married to her longtime husband, Joel. They have a son, Chase, who is now a sophomore at Heidelberg University in New Tipton, Ohio. I want to thank Mrs. Lee Boothman for her service to the North Central Local School Board of Education for the past 12 and a half years. She did not choose to run for re-election the past November. Best of luck with all you do, Lee. Thank you. And last but not least, and Lee has all this same stuff, but I've got a plaque, a certificate for Homer, and we have a gift for Homer. I'd like to say a couple words. Homer, here's my version of Homer.
Is the silhouette in there?
Yes. Now, keep in mind, this is 24 years of service on the Board of Education that's finalizing tonight. He's a businessman, he's a grandfather, he's a father, he's a father-in-law, he's a husband, he's a friend, he's a colleague, and a servant of North Central Local School District here in Pioneer. Pioneer, Ohio, in case you guys don't know this, it's the end of the earth for Homer. So there is nowhere else. So that's Homer. Homer has been involved in serving the North Central Local School District in one capacity or another for almost 40 years. Homer is a giver, a leader, a role model, a voice of experience and stability, and mostly a friend to most everyone. Homer is finishing a 24-year stint as a member of the North Central Local Schools Board of Education. Much of his tenure has included providing stability and common sense problem solving during very tumultuous times in our district's history. Homer has never had a hidden agenda and has always put the education of students first. He has also held the positions of president and vice president, and currently he finishes his last Board of Education meeting as president for 2021, and has served on several committees for the board during his tenure. I personally really have enjoyed working with and having Homer and Lee on the Board of Education the past 5 years as superintendent. I want to thank both of them from the bottom of my heart for their service, and congratulate them. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. It's been a pleasure the last 5 years of my term as well, working with you and gotten a lot done.
Thank you. Any visitors? Well, let's start out with Mr. Taylor. Want to give us an update on the
Sure,
cafe?
sure. Thanks for having me, guys. It's been kind of a crazy year. We were told to anticipate shortages closer to Christmas. They ended up happening about Labor Day. But, you know, we've made a lot of great changes down there, done a lot of great work down there. This year, we've implemented a new meal order system for the junior high and high school. We've created a Google Doc form or a Google form. The kids can log in through their Google account. They go in, they can order the tray or an Eagle tray, which is an extra entree for $1 more. So they can also order a fresh made to order salad, excuse me. Again, meals are free this year until the end of the year. Not sure what next year is going to bring yet. There's some grumbling rumors about extending it, but in a different way, but we haven't heard anything yet. So, but again, we've implemented the new ordering system. It's pretty awesome. It helps us estimate, get better idea of what kind of food we're gonna need, how many people we're gonna serve. Salads, we have to be ordered by 9:30 and meals by 10:30. We do appreciate all the kids helping us when they fill it out. We do have to get grumbly with them a few times here and there and have to make some changes and remind them to fill it out, but for the most part, they do pretty good. It's also been a challenging year adjusting to the yet another new norm, 2 years in a row. It's pretty awesome. Free meals have greatly increased participation for both breakfast and lunch. Example, November of 2020, we were averaging about 65 breakfasts a day and about 319 students. That was in November of 2020. September of 21, the start of this year, that jumped up to 89 breakfasts and 349 lunches served. That's just students. November of 21, so 1 year later from starting the free meals, we've jumped up to averaging 103 breakfasts and 374 lunches for students. It's been a significant increase, and on November 2nd of this year, we celebrated a first that anybody that's worked in the cafeteria can remember. We served 401 students through the lunch line that day, and used to be 310 was a ginormous day. We had no idea what to do. We were exhausted, and we hit 401 with our world famous chicken nuggets. The food supply is getting better and better every month. It seems to be. Disposable items are still pretty scarce. Things like foam trays, which we don't use very often. We keep them for emergencies. But forks, sporks, spoons, bowls, all that is, you know, the portion cups, things like that to serve the fruit a little faster are very, very scarce. I'm sure Shane feels the pain. With the rise in food costs, there is a positive that has come out of this. Our rebates have increased. The co-op membership to be part of the SWEPC for 21-22 was, I believe, $375. And our rebates from EPC, which is the managing group, which is what we get a rebate for using the approved vendors, like Tyson and places like that. That totaled $210.11, which offsets our cost for the membership fees. Gordon Food Service, then we get a 1.5% rebate or a 2.5% rebate, depending on what it is. There's like a per case that you get back if you use a group with the SW or with the food co-op, and then paying your bill on time or quickly or whatever. And those totaled, I believe last year, $972, I was told. So which more than offsets our cost of $760 to be part of the food co-op and the $375 to be part of the EPC, which manages our procurement contracts. Keeps us compliant with the USDA. Also want to thank parents, students, and staff, especially staff, with the patience that comes to the menu. We know in the cafeteria that it's a pain when the menu gets changed, and it's the last thing we want to do, but sometimes things have to happen, and we do our best to make it happen, even if it means going to a weird supplier. But we do our best to keep the menu the same, but sometimes it has to happen, so. But that's all I have. We just thank you for the support of the cafeteria. Thanks for all that you guys do for our district.
And what about the cookies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, help yourself, cookies galore. For no particular reason, just to randomly bring cookies to me.
Perfect. You mind attending every month?
That needs to happen. That's fine.
Swedish chef.
Does anybody have questions for Rob?
You know, how's the pay school working since I know it's still free lunches, but since
Yeah.
we picked up the transaction fees.
They've increased a lot. There's a lot of, I've noticed there's a lot of people that have never used it before that have called and asked how they get on it, or, just email me to confirm that they just follow the link on the homepage and all that stuff. And we're seeing quite a few more. So, I mean, to me, that's been the crazy part, is that our à la carte sales are through the roof. Last year, through the 18-19, which was the last year before we had free meals, our à la carte sales for the whole year were just a smidge over 19,000, like 19,194. And our à la carte sales through November 30th of this year are 13,145.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so with having the free meals, the kids are,
Eating like champions.
and I still have parents going, what do you mean to get free meals? I give my kid lunch money every week. I'm here to tell you, parents, they're buying cookies.
I pack my kids lunch and she still orders a salad. So.
Yes, I get those too. I get a lot of those kids too.
Can I pack a salad?
Yeah, wait, I can get a salad?
You must have a great salad.
They're pretty nice looking, yeah. We work hard at it, so.
Yeah. I like that Google order app.
It
My
is-
daughter just told me about it last week or something. We were getting her driving test. She's like, oh, I gotta order my lunch. I'm like,
Yep.
what?
Yeah, it's, another director kind of coached me through it a little bit. It has been a huge help, and it saved the teachers a lot, the teachers and the staff a lot of time, and not having to do that, it just gave them a couple minutes to go in the morning and remind them to, hey, get on there and do that real fast, and then we don't have miscommunications or people just guessing at the count because no one's raising their hand, so.
Now, does that work? Does the elementary teachers use that?
Not
For
yet, no,
their
we still
grades?
use the checklist because it's for them. I think we're my plan is to have the 6th grade start doing it like maybe the last 9 weeks of the year, just to get used to going into 7th grade and having to do that, so. But it might get to a point where we get down there, but we want to kind of just test it in the junior high and high school and then kind of go from there. It seems to be doing pretty well.
They do a great job in there.
We try.
Thanks, Rob, for all you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else wish to speak to the board tonight? I guess there's only really one. Blake, you got anything to say, bud?
Good.
Okay. Treasurer's report then.
Item A, we have minutes from our November 16th regular meeting. Our item B, financial statements and investments from November. I'm gonna come back to item C. Item D, our appropriation additions as follows. You can see there's no general fund there. We have 28,000 permanent improvement, little bit there scholarship and Rotary funds, and then the rest of those are grant funds. So a total of 61,364 that needs approved, so I can submit those to the county auditor. And then back to item C, you can see listed, and you had a resolution in your packet. We do this at least once a year, if not twice, accepting the tax amounts and rates that are set by the Budget Commission. And this just authorizes them to the county auditor when we approve them. For 21-22, our emergency levy is going from 6.4 mils down to 6.2. And our bond retirement levy is going from 1.2 to 1.0. So our millage is dropping 0.4 mils. And this obviously, not everybody knows, but is as our valuation increases, it takes less dollars or less millage to generate the dollar amount that we originally passed when we passed the levy. If we do pass a millage when we pass a levy, but that millage is tied to a specific dollar amount that we pass. So that's all we can collect. We can't collect more. So as our valuation goes up, it takes less millage to generate that amount we pass. So that's why you see this happen. It could go the other way. Thankfully, it's not, but this way we're seeing a reduction in our taxes. So probably won't be noticed a lot individually, but hey, it's always good news. So wanted to pass that along and have that on there for approval. Those are the 4 items I had on there for approval for tonight, unless anybody had any specific questions about any of the reports in there.
Just, I think I talked to you before, I made a payment on the cops. We're down to 2 more years on that.
I have that in here. Let me find my paper. I believe I have it in here. It's at most 3. It's December of every year. I want to say it's 3 more, not 2. Did I tell you 2?
I don't know, I know we had talked about it. And we just. You might have told me 3.
We have 3 more. That's in October. The other one's December. We have October of 22, 23, and 24. So we got 3 more payments on that. So then, we'll have more tax revenue left in our PI fund once that's paid off in 3 years.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you.
And again, I'm gonna add to Mr. Smelter's statement. When you see all the reports and things, when we're talking about millage, understand that we're trying to raise a certain amount of dollars.
Yep.
And when you see effective millage and actual millage, actual is what was voted on originally. And effective is what we actually collect based on the new evaluation amount of property value. So just to make sure that re-emphasize that effective gets you your dollar amount. With that said, I need a resolution to approve the treasurer's report as presented. Do I hear a motion? I'll move. Have a motion by Anthony. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Tim. Call the roll, please.
Anthony,
Yes.
Homer,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane.
Yes.
Mr. Hannick.
Hey. Number 1 on the list is enrollment. And as of 12/10, which was Friday, our enrollment is 606. So we're up 1 student from the ending of last year, so we're trending in the right direction. Okay, we have, just as a reminder to the board members and the new board members, there's at the Northwestern Ohio Educational Service Center, there's board member basics training Wednesday, February 16th, 2022 at 5 p.m. This is done at our ESC, and hopefully we can get some members to attend that. It just roles and responsibility, governance, best practices, high quality relationship, building team leadership, ethics and trust, meeting management and communication. So it's training provided by the OSBA, brought here in the ESC. Next thing on the list, has anybody got any questions about any of those so far? Next thing on the list is our discussion of the annual presentation of food nutrition standards. This is a report that we have to do every year. The year before is uploaded in December. So last year when we did this on December 15th, that report I uploaded this year. This report here will be uploaded next December as required to be uploaded in the Safe account. So each district or school will provide copies of the report available to the public. District and school information, state law in Ohio requires each district, Board of Education, and each chartered non-public school board or governing authority to adopt and enforce nutrition standards governing the types of food and beverages available for sale on premises of its schools. Additionally, the board or governing authority must specify the time and place each type of food or beverage is available for sale. The standards specified for beverages and food are minimum standards. Local districts and schools may adopt higher standards. Each board or governing authority assigns staff to make sure that the district or school meets nutrition standards in state law. The staff prepares the annual report regarding the district or school's compliance. Completion of this survey fulfills the district or school's requirement to report to the Ohio Department of Education its compliance with state law. The board or governing authority must schedule an annual presentation on the report at one of the regular meetings and include the date of the annual presentation, which is right now. So in order to meet the requirements, the report will be provided to you at the December 14th, 2021 board meeting. And basically what it is we take our Neola policies and all of them are attached there. You'll see food service. You'll see wellness. These are our current policies that we have, that Neola has on our website, and I put them all together. Free and reduced price meals, vending machines, all of our policies are available. So I just go over this with you guys in my report. Does anybody gonna have any questions? Rob Taylor does a fine job of meeting all the standards, and he runs an excellent cafeteria, and so his report or his update kind of coincides with this. That's why I had it come here. We got our COVID-19 update. As of today, which is the 76th day of school, we've had 44 students and 9 staff in 76 days. If we had 160 days, I'm just projecting out, we would approximately have approximately 93 students and 19 staff for the year. Currently, the breakdown is North Central Elementary's had 22, North Central Junior High Schools had 22, and the staff is 9. Last year, just as a comparison for 2021, we had 22 students positive or with COVID and 32 staff. So that's where we stand as of day 76. Okay, some reminders for those here and those listening. Early release reminder for Tuesday, December 21st, 2021 at 1 p.m. and Thursday, May 26th, provided we don't have anything added to the year or anything, is at 1 p.m. We have 2 early releases this year on our calendar. We also have to discuss the January organizational regular meeting, possible dates that we need to confirm tonight. I threw out 2 dates, but obviously it's up to you guys, and we have to do it before the 15th. So I threw out the dates of January 4th and January 10th. Later on, we have to pick a date. We're working on the calendar with our friends at the NCEA. They have the calendar for 22-23. So we'll plan on looking at that. We'll have a public hearing on that, and then we'll adopt a meeting after that. So that'll be coming up. Some exciting news. I was pleasantly surprised. The Pioneer American Legion Post 307 showed up in the board office and actually had 2 $4,000 checks, 2 of them. And one of them was for the athletic boosters, which I turned over to Mr. Smeltzer. The other one, I was told, find something to do with this here at the school, anything that you want. So I met with the principals and I said, we got $4,000. How can we make sure this money gets to our kids? So what we did was we divided it between the elementary school and the high school for the principals to purchase things for kids. Example, like Mr. Moore said, awards, prizes, etc. Same thing on the other side. So we took the money. I looked at how many students were in each building. We decided the fairest thing to do is each one gets 2,000 and it will go directly back to kids. So again, we appreciate that kind of donation and are never surprised with the generosity of people. So that was a pleasant surprise.
The athletic boosters one went to me, but that went to the treasurer and the boosters.
Yeah, I give it to him and he got it to the athletic boosters. I didn't mean directly. So, but that was very nice. So, and then Terry Oxender donation to the NC lunch program. No Child Goes Hungry of $200. Again, people donating to help out kids. That money goes directly into an account we call the No Child Goes Hungry, handled by in the cafeteria. So again, thanks directly to kids. And then I had my Northwestern Ohio ESC Business Advisory Council meeting minutes. I attached them for you guys to review from the September meeting. And we had our December meeting, which I'll get the minutes to you at the next, after the next meeting that we have. We do them quarterly. Today, Mr. Hoops was in the house, and he covered a lot of legislative things and what's coming down the pipe. We hear from the economic development people that are in charge of each county. And so it's always a good meeting to see what's going on around, the county and the other counties. And I guess, if anybody has any questions, that's all I got.
Their COVID rates the last couple of weeks.
We've had 4 positive cases in the month of December. We had 2 in November. So 4 of them, 3 of them being staff. So it's December 14th, so we've had 4. We're not, that I know of, it's,
No,
I'm not saying it doesn't exist, don't get me wrong, I'm just saying it's not, we're not getting reports of it other than 2 last month, and those 2 happened over, I think over Thanksgiving, and then, we got reported after that, and then these 4 so far this month, as of today.
Good.
discuss the dates before we get to the resolution, or? You wanna wait till we get to the resolution?
You guys got preference? Mr. Haynes, you're involved with this.
Tuesdays are always better for me.
Oh, it's Monday. the 10th.
And again, if you don't want that date, you can pick another date. I just threw those dates out. We just gotta have it done before the 15th.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm good either way.
Monday, the 10th, you'd be busy at 6:30?
No, I mean, I can do it. It's just Tuesdays. That work best for me.
Okay, I mean, we'll set our actual board meetings here. We'll establish what works out best for everybody. I know I talked to Katie on this. She was okay with the 10th. Was good with that. I know we do have basketball games Tuesdays and Thursdays of that week.
We do Monday, Anthony.
It'll
We do
just,
Monday.
it's just the one meeting for January is the only
Yeah.
one we're scheduling.
Yeah, this, we'll do everything, but you won't have.
The girls' basketball's at Edgerton on Tuesday.
Right.
I'm good either way.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing on the 4th for a game. It's just about a week earlier.
Yes,
Does that matter to you? You're not gonna have any numbers or anything around anyhow, right? For
Uh,
this meeting,
For, if it's the 10th, I would.
the 10th, you'd have.
The
all
4th
these
probably,
numbers.
4th probably not.
So we probably better wait till the 10th. Just to close out December's business.
then once we get to that meeting, then we schedule February, March, April,
Yeah. we'll
for the whole rest of the year.
Schedule the rest of the year out,
Mhm.
like that meeting, yeah.
And then it's gotta be set at a time, so if you wanna start the organizational meeting at 6, or you wanna start it at 6:30, and then hit the regular one after, or you wanna start the organizational one at 6, and then just go right into the other one after that. It's totally up to you, it doesn't matter.
Start a half hour early, no, generally at 6, and then we roll right into the business part of it. So the 10th at 6, does that work? Okay, everybody?
Monday, January 10th at 6 p.m. All right, so we'll get that ready for resolution. Anything else before I start to have Mr. Moore speak? We good?
At 6 p.m., right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Moore,
Right, you mean a few updates for my building.
from the elementary, I want to stress some Christmas related themes to start off with, and I'll shift to some other items. But we've been real busy with some Christmas related items and themes, and to support kids in our community here in Pioneer in the school district. But we have 3 trees outside over by the concession stand, and those trees have bulbs on them. And so the students were given a Christmas bulb, the staff members, and put on that bulb what you're hopeful for at Christmas time. So some of the themes were obviously for white Christmas, for a Merry Christmas, for lots of toys, and for a healthy Christmas. So a lot of wonderful themes the students wrote down on their bulbs, and it was a nice, great idea by Mrs. Cochran and Mrs. Dean. So I want to thank them for that idea. Also, we've been supporting the coat drive, the hat drive there in the office. We've got a number of things over to the high school that Marcia and her kids are doing to support our community as well. The backpack program, that's something we do year round with regards to food to needy families. Mrs. Renfrew spearheads that along with some of our 6th grade students, help pack those up. We hand those out to students Friday. So that's another wonderful and giving thing that we're doing in the elementary building. The elementary Christmas program is this Thursday, the 16th. Ms. Gillespie is working hard with the students. So that starts at 6 o'clock on Thursday night for our kindergarten through 3rd grade students. We've been playing some Christmas trivia in the morning. I've been asking questions to the staff and the students, just Christmas related themes, and again, the spirit of Christmas, having fun with that. So the students are asking me, hey, when are we going to get our question in the 3rd grade or 4th grade, 5th grade? And when are you going to ask the teachers their questions? So just again, just the spirit of Christmas, doing some of those things with the teachers and students. Tuesday, the 21st of December, is going to be a busy day in the district. Obviously, it's the last day, early release, but also our preschool through 3rd grade. We've been doing this since I've been here. We've been watching the movie here in the cafeteria with those students. Usually it's the Polar Express. Then the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, they go to a movie over in Wasion. So it's a busy day on the 21st for our students. Again, Christmas related themes. Also, the book fair is going on this week. It started on Monday. So Mrs. Lashaway is doing a great job with that. Yesterday, it was more of the kids came down with their classes just to look and just see what all's out there. And then now they can start purchasing some things. And the night of the Christmas program, parents can come in afterwards. We're going to have some volunteers, and Mrs. Lashaway help out that evening, and goes through this Friday with regards to the book fair. I also want to mention Mrs. Renfrew has been real busy. Like I said, spirit of Christmas, helping each other, our staff coming together to help the community, help the school district. And we have a number of families, churches, businesses step up in the last 2-3 weeks working with Mrs. Renfrew. And I would just want to mention some of those folks. And these folks have donated financial donation, food, toys, gifts, coats, gloves, hats, all those things. So we've been boxing them up. And actually today we started to give them out to a few families today. So we have Jerry and Ella Green, Megan Hill from St. John Lutheran, Charlotte Smith from West Franklin Methodist, the North Central Backpack Program, Brian Police for Shop for the Cop, Mary Smith, staff member, Tommy Wiles, staff member, Marilyn Dower, Lakeview United Brethren Church, Val Weed and Fix and Fab. And like Mr. Hannick mentioned last week, Fix and Fab donated $1,500 to the backpack program. I mean, that's just amazing and wonderful. Canned goods, those types of items to our families in the school district. Tammy Swank, Pioneer United Methodist, Connie Salisbury, Mary Ann McBride, Pioneer Church of the Nazarene, Crystal Christ, Girl Scout Troop here locally, Jess Tracy, North Central FFA, Evelyn Dietz, Evelyn's Excursion donated, the North Central staff. We have Jean Day. We donated money to the backpack program. Danielle Lawson, BDJ Tech Nation donation, Katie Wells, Rifle Industries. So all those companies, businesses, churches came together
to help 18 families, again, food, toys, gifts, and I met with a couple of families today, and they're very appreciative. Thank us so much, making hopefully a great Christmas for their families. Some other items I wanted to touch on with regards to an assembly we're going to have this Friday for our kindergarten through third grade. Teresa Berkey was in a couple weeks ago, and Teresa shared with me, she said, Mr. Moore, I'd like to read a book to like the first grade or maybe the second grade. And I go, well, what's this book about? And she said, well, it's about a raccoon that I raised. And she actually published the book and she authored the book. And I said, yeah, I have no problem with you sharing it with the second grade or first grade, but man, it sounds like such a great story. I'd like you to share it with our kindergarten, first grade, I mean, all of them. So, because we work on that, you know, in Mrs. Kaiser's class, we talk about an author. What's the author's job and responsible? What is illustration? You know, it's the pictures. It brings the story to life. So I said, come on in. It'd be great with, you know, the book fair going on. What a nice day to wrap up a Friday. So we're going to do that on Friday morning. But she's authored and published her own book. So I think it'd be great for the kids to hear that story. Justin Houck was in the fourth grade on Monday. Justin works for the village of Montpelier, and he shared with the students. He had a lot of hands-on activities, but anyways, just about safety when it comes to electricity, the do's and don'ts with regards to electricity. So again, he had a number of little experiments and showed the kids some things. So I want to thank Justin for coming in and working with the fourth graders. And also I want to touch on our local spelling bee winners. We had our spelling bee scheduled for Friday, but with the weather, it was moved back to Monday yesterday. So it was quite a spelling bee. Usually spelling bees, my experience with spelling bees, they last 20 minutes or even last maybe 40 minutes. This one lasted about 55 minutes. We went back and forth between the final two with a spell off, so to speak. So anyways, Rachel Sparks was our winner. She's a fifth grader here in the district. And the runner-up was Riley Walker, and she's an eighth grader. And they're going to be participating in the county spelling bee on Monday, the 24th. I do want to thank the committee, the staff, Mr. Slamka, Mr. Hutchison, Mrs. Traxler, Mrs. Pedraha, and Mrs. Apple for getting the spelling bee going, and they did a wonderful job. So I want to thank them. So, anything else for me?
Any questions, comments?
Thank you. And I mean, thanks for mentioning all that. We live in a great community,
Right.
and that right there speaks volume
Right.
of where we live, and the people in our district and community. So,
Yep, Katie came in on Monday with a truck full of stuff. We helped unload her. Danielle called the other day. The teachers been getting coats, and so yeah, it was nice. And like I said, I worked with a couple families today, and they said, thanks a bunch, appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, appreciate everything you're doing. I mean, it is great. It's great to see a lot of the interaction. And, you know, introducing the kids to the Christmas spirit, you know, it may not be everywhere. So it's good to see that back, especially when we had a year where we kind of really weren't around with family and stuff. So yeah, that brings a great family here at North Central. So
If you get a chance, but I'm also that Christmas tree with those little,
yeah,
all to read some of the things
it's
that
very
the
nice.
kids wrote down that they want, you know, they wish for Christmas. You will be amazed.
It is amazing.
It's amazing. Has really, a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with.
It's just kind of heartfelt. You can really see it.
You start looking at it, like, wow. At least that's the way I took it when I was down to read it. It's like, holy smokes.
Right, thank you.
Mrs. Rosewood?
Thank you. I don't have as long, I promise. It's been a busy month, but nothing that I actually wrote down a whole lot about. Observations for evaluations, we are supposed to have first round done around first semester, and I pushed, but I did get them done, so I feel a little more comfortable there. And the teachers, I go in all the time, but the teachers, they always worry about it for whatever reason, so those are done. December 21st, Andy alluded to it, where it's an early release. Well, his group's doing all kinds of things. Well, so are we. We're having a fun half day, so to speak, for 2 hours, from about 10:30 to 12:30. The kids can sign up for a bunch of different rooms and a bunch of different activities. We're gonna have a couple of rooms for movies. We have some crafts, some kids like to do craft things. We've got cookie decorating. There's a room for kids who would like to just have peace and quiet. So the teachers sign up for rooms and the kids can go into those rooms for the hour, 2 hours that we're gonna do some switching. Just to give them a break. Exams will be done on Thursday if they have them, so that, or, excuse me, on Monday if they have them, so that's done. On Tuesday, then we'll have regular classes until 10:30, and then they can go to these rooms. There will be, in the high school, I'll have some people in the gym. Some kids just wanna not mess around and get hurt, but be in there for a little while for some activities. So the teachers are organized, or actually Kathy is organizing most of it. The teachers sign up for whatever they want in their room. And then the kids sign up for what they want to do. So it's kind of a choice type of thing that they can do. Now, 12:30, the junior high and high school will eat lunch together. But the high school, if they have their own transportation, they may leave at 12:30. The junior high, if they have a note from parents who are picking them up or whatever, or walking home, they may leave at 12:30. So they don't have to stay for the lunch. And then everybody's dismissed at 1 o'clock. So that's how we worked that the last couple of times. It worked out really well. The kids were asking for this. They enjoyed it. They liked the time. They were in all different classrooms. They weren't with their classmates necessarily because it's all mixed up. So it's a pretty good time for the kids. I also want to mention just briefly, it's not on my report, but I was at the community dinner today and the FFA girls, 4 of them served. Yeah, 4 of them served, and Miss Tracy, the lunch is there. Great bunch of kids. I was very proud of them. And I had a couple of the senior citizens, and unfortunately, I didn't know their names, but they were awesome. And they kept saying, these kids are so good and they look so nice and they did such a nice job. And she kept saying, you gotta be very proud of them. Well, I am proud of these kids. They are pretty awesome kids. They can be ornery, but they're very, very neat kids. Then I've got just some upcoming events, things that haven't changed. I got spelling bee on there. Well, okay, we had that. He took my thunder, Riley Walker. What can I say? This Sunday, though, I do want to make a special mention. This Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, we have the band and choir concert. I'd love to see everybody there. It's going to be great.
Where are you doing that?
Auditorium. They've been practicing.
I know they've been out on the
They've
stage.
been out on the stage practicing because it's a different sound and they need to get used to that different sound because when it's out in the open like that, as opposed to the enclosed room, it makes a difference. But they've been working really hard on it. Questions?
Did you have to wear your sunglasses at the senior lunch? I heard the glare was pretty
It
strong on your
was
table.
awful at my table, let me tell you.
Anthony,
Pretty powerful.
Anthony.
Yeah.
You'll be there.
It was fun. It really was fun.
Just wait, Anthony.
Yeah, came up to me and said I couldn't sit there. And I thought, okay. Well, you're sitting at the table with all the bald men. The 3 other men sitting with me involved, so.
So all of Tim's brothers.
Yeah.
Right. Close relation.
Not Band of Brothers, all the brothers.
Right.
No, it was fun. It was great.
Okay, I go Mr. Mickey's not here. But he did leave us a little update.
Oh, Mr. Mickey's update is, I said it on here. You guys can read it. But basically what he has is the athletic records for varsity girls basketball, junior, he lists the records. And then they will begin their league schedule later this week. He put an extra, of course, Anthony referred to this already, to Madison Brown and Zach Hayes, both of them scoring their 1,000th point. And also recognized as the Village Reporter Athletes of the Week in indoor track. So that was his report. And he attached the indoor track schedule. Everybody has a copy.
All right. Next, resolution, Board of Education organizational meeting, as we earlier discussed. I need a motion to approve the time and date for the January Board of Education organizational meeting for Monday, January 10th, 2022 at 6 p.m. to be held in the high school Eagle Room. Do I hear a motion? Have a motion by Tim. Do I hear a second?
I'll say.
Seconded by Shane. Call roll, please.
Homer,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony.
Yes.
Need a resolution to appoint President Pro Tem. Any recommendations or
I'll nominate or I'll step up to the plate.
I was going to say that exact thing, Anthony. I'd like to see that we appoint Anthony Burnett as, if that's all right. Okay, then I need a resolution to appoint Anthony as President Pro Tem until a president is elected at the 2022 organizational meeting. Do I hear a motion?
I'll move.
And I'll second. Call roll, please.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony.
I don't know, do I gotta abstain?
You don't have to.
No. Yes.
Homer,
Yes.
saying yes, you're accepting.
Need a resolution to approve the SBI.
That's Senate Bill 1. We left a name off the list.
Oh,
Marcia Geiser as someone that could sub for this year. So I was reminded to put that in there.
so we need a motion to approve Marcia Geiser under the SB1 substitute list.
I'll move.
Have a motion by Shane. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Anthony. Call roll, please.
Shane,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
Homer,
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
Motion to approve Aaron Mullins as a full-time substitute for the remainder of the 21-22 school year pending record. This is what, the high school area?
Junior high school, yes, they each will have one now.
I thought that's what probably. So here a motion. I'll second this one. Call roll, please.
Anthony,
Yes.
Homer,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane.
Yes. I've heard very good things about
Yeah, he's standing in for Mickey right now, or Mr. Mickey. So he does gym and then he does Nova in the afternoon right now, so he's been great.
You know, you just have somebody dependable
Yeah.
every day at our hands.
Yeah, she does a great job as well. This is awesome.
All right, then under consent agenda, we need to approve the Northwest Ohio Educational Teacher and Paraprofessional Substitute List dated November 17th, 2021. And this is for the 21-22 school year. We have to update that every month, basically.
Yes.
So I hear a motion to approve the substitute list. A motion by Tim, I'll second this one. Call roll, please.
Anthony,
Yes.
Homer,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane.
Yes.
And there's any reason for us to go into executive session. Done? Okay,
We did have maybe another question or two.
all right,
Have we
by all means.
gotten any more track quotes?
We had a company in here and they will have a quote to us by January. They actually went down. I've got samples in my office if you want to look at 3 different. Good, better, best. So you know what that means. Good,
Mid-grade wallet?
Yes.
Loaded wallet?
better, more expensive, best, the most expensive. So I've got samples in there and the company came out, actually went down, looked at it. They will be back with an estimate. but don't expect it to be anything less than $100,000. It's probably gonna be, depending on how the blacktop is that's below the coating that they put over it. I think that's maybe where our issue is. Me and Mr. Moreland had a long talk about it. If you're just gonna coat over top of something that's not any good underneath, then you're basically wasting money.
Oh, you think we might need all new base? and
Well,
asphalt?
we don't know, but we need to make sure because that's one possibility.
My opinion, before we put $100,000 in a new track, I want to make sure that the base of the facility is good enough.
I mean, the track lays, it's pretty flat and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
in it.
yeah.
So
We just need to make sure
base is
that,
holding up everything.
I mean, yeah, we got out the actual prints and we looked at when it was.
Yeah.
Was put down and, he's looking at, how much stone you're supposed to have under it. They're suggesting that we get someone to bore in there and make sure that that stuff hasn't shifted or the blacktop hasn't, because the way it's worn and the way things are coming apart, it could. So we're just making sure, we just want to make sure. So,
how many years have been there?
since
98.
98, 99, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
That's when we had the architectural drawings.
98.
That's
I
it.
knew it was in the latter part of the 90s.
Yeah, well, at least that's the drawings we have. And so
What
I wasn't here when that.
accurate.
That's the original rubber on it too, right?
No.
Or did I know they
Back
redid
about,
it? You can see it's been
what was it,
relined.
7 years ago, we put a new layer on it. I think. We had
But it wasn't
between-
stripped
between
off,
20 and
right?
30,000.
No,
They
It was just
overlaid.
put stuff.
Yeah, they overlaid and then painted.
Oh,
And we didn't put some coating over it that keeps out the ultraviolet
moisture.
or whatever. And then moisture gets down in there and there may be cracks. And so we just need to look at that real hard. So yes, we have,
is where we at on our wellness? Are we still,
we haven't done anything with
where we
it.
got about 100,000 left?
We can get but I think so, maybe a little bit more.
We're still waiting
Yeah.
to see how ODE
That's in January.
adjusts that yet.
Oh.
They're saying January.
Oh,
To where that was being
this
a
year?
separate fund,
Mhm.
where now it's gonna be classified as part of the general fund instead of being. in
Oh,
its-
they're
in
gonna
its
do that
own
mid fiscal
fund,
year?
Yes,
It's gonna be part of that, what do you call that?
yeah,
The foundation payment
right.
report.
That's where it came before, but it was always a separate fund and now it's not going to be anymore, so.
So stuff we've already spent, I mean, that
We'll
one's
have to-
done, or you're gonna have to.
We'll have to make adjustments that take it back out of the 467 fund, put it in the general fund to show that it was spent out of there. So, because we still have to spend it for all those certain
Mhm,
categories. It's just not gonna come out of a separate fund. It'll be in the general fund.
mhm.
Fun stuff.
And
Changing stuff mid-year. It's fun.
do we have extra PI for the track if we, or what else would you use on that?
That, I mean, it would be the wellness and the PI is where I would recommend taking that out of.
Yeah, definitely path over 100 we're looking at.
Yeah.
Our bus payments come out of that PI, correct?
I don't want to quote exactly. I know one of them comes out of the general fund. I don't. I think the only thing currently we have coming out of the permanent improvement is the COPS loan. So, but I'll double check.
Which is 3 more years yet.
Right.
And that takes up a good.
230-some thousand for the principal, and then you got an interest payment twice a year. So
Mhm. Yeah, well, hopefully we that quote by next, well. I
We
guess
said January if
we're
you're.
gonna be pretty early, but
Yeah.
I mean, to get on their schedule and get it done before.
Said if you would not even think about it till after May. You need X amount of dry weather and went through all kinds of stipulations with there.
We'll
So you're looking at next track season.
Yeah.
we'll get through next track.
But you gotta get it done between track season this spring and when the football activities are gonna
Oh, yeah.
start, so you can't have it tore up in August, September, October.
Yeah,
Probably even a couple weeks in November, so.
If it's just basically resurfacing,
It
it
won't be.
shouldn't be an issue.
Right, but if you're doing anything more, you need 8 to 10 week window.
A little bit of a window, yeah.
Every bit of that, probably.
I mean, you might not be on the football field per se. You might just use the practice area for a couple weeks in early August, but you better be done, I would think, by mid-August at the very latest.
Mhm.
So you're right, the sooner you find out, the better.
Yeah, we'll just have to look at budgeting, or if you push it out that long, you might roll in the next fiscal year paying for it, so. Can you roll over the wellness?
There's you have to have it spent by a certain date, but I'm sure I'll find that out in January as well when they roll that out to us. Yeah, I think it was 23. I think we have for fiscal year 23. But I'll verify that when that comes out in January.
Just to leave it up there until.
So we could have 100,000 on this year's wellness and potentially have another 50 on next year's
Yeah,
wellness and.
Very possible.
The full track.
correct.
But you'll know about that
Yeah.
early in the year.
Well, we hope.
Good luck.
Originally, they
Well,
said,
take it.
October, then it was December, and now it's January, so.
So if you're lucky, you'll know by the end of March.
Correct.
We kept hearing your wee hopes on the state budget last year.
We hope to have it next month. We hope.
Point well taken. on that. Anything else?
And I would, make note, I don't know if you guys are gonna RSVP. I'd be interested.
I will
I'll
RSVP
attend.
anybody that wants to go. We can get this
Yeah. Put me
RSVP.
down, I would like to attend it. Thank you.
If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. I hear a motion. Have a motion by Shane. Do I hear a second? Second by Tim. Call the roll, please.
Tim,
Yes.
Shane? Yes. Anthony?
No, it's too bad. Yes.
Well, then I'll say no. We can stay here for a while. Thank you all. Yes.
7:27.
Bless you.
All right.